International effects. The practical result of that model is that the now expanded Federal Republic of Germany inherited the old West Germany's seats at the UN, NATO, the European communities, and other international organizations. It also continued to be a party to all the treaties the old West Germany signed prior to the moment of reunification. The same basic law and the same laws that were in force in the Federal Republic continued automatically in force, but now applied to the expanded territory. Also, the same president, chancellor, and government of the Federal Republic remained in office, but their jurisdiction now included the newly acquired territory of the former East Germany.
To facilitate this process and to reassure other countries, some changes were made in the basic law. Article 146 was amended so that Article 23 of the current Constitution could be used for reunification. After the 5 new lander of East Germany had joined, the Constitution was amended again to indicate that all parts of Germany are now unified.
Article 23 was written, and it can still be understood as an invitation to others to join. Although the main idea of the change was to calm fears in, for example, Poland, that Germany would later try to rejoin with former eastern territories of Germany that were now
Germany was unified and subsequently rose to challenge England and France for mastery of the world, notwithstanding any claims by anyone else. By virtue of unification, the nation of Germany was born instead of being a loose confederation of independent kingdoms and principalities. Thus, trade barriers were brought down and cooperation toward the goals of the Prussian king, later emperor, became possible.
German unification is the unification between East and West Germany. Less than 1 year after the destruction of the Berlin Wall, Germany comes together on the day known as Unity Day since 1945, when Soviet forces took over eastern Germany and the U.S. and other Allied forces had western
German reunification was the process in 1990 in which the German Democratic Republic joined the Federal Republic of Germany to form the reunited nation of Germany, and when Berlin reunited into a single city as provided by
German reunification was the process in 1990 in which the German Democratic Republic joined the Federal Republic of Germany to form the reunited nation of Germany, and when Berlin reunited into a single city as provided by its then Grundgesetz Constitution, Article 23. The end of the unification process is officially referred to as German Unity, celebrated on October 3rd. Following German reunification, Berlin was once again designated as the capital of Unity of Germany.
The East German regime into the negotiations between the GDR and the FRG that culminated in a unification treaty. Other negotiations between the GDR and the FRG and the 4 occupying powers produced the so-called 2+4 treaty, granting full sovereignty to a unified German state whose 2 parts had previously still been bound by a number of limitations stemming from their post-World War II status as occupied regions.
The United Germany is the enlarged continuation of the Federal Republic and not a successor state. As such, the Federal Republic of Germany retained all its memberships in international organizations, including the European Community and NATO, while relinquishing membership in the Warsaw Pact and other international organizations to which only East Germany belonged. To commemorate the day that marks the official unification of the former East and West Germany on October 3rd, 1990, has since then been the official German national holiday, the Day of German Unity.
Get off my wall!
Before the reunification of Germany, families tried to reconnect with each other by getting across the Berlin Wall, but many times they often failed.
Germans were punished for trying to cross the wall.
For political and diplomatic reasons,
West German politicians carefully avoided the term reunification.
During the run-up to what Germans frequently refer to as Die Wende, the official and the most common term in German is German Unity. This is the term that Hans-Dietrich Glasser used in front of international journalists to correct them when they asked him about reunification in 1990. After 1990, the term Die Wind became more common. The term generally refers to the events, mostly in Eastern Europe, that led up to the actual reunification in its usual context. This term loosely translates to the turning point, without any further meaning when referring to the events surrounding unification. However, it carries the cultural connotation of the time and the events in the GDR that brought about this turnaround in German history. However, anti-communist activists from Eastern Germany rejected the term Wende as it was introduced by SEDs.
Police officers of the East German Volkspolizei wait for the official opening of the Brandenburg Gate on 22 December 1989.
November 28, 1989, 2 weeks after the fall of the Berlin Wall, West German Chancellor Helmut Kohl announced a 10-point program calling for the two Germanys to expand their cooperation with the view toward eventual reunification. Initially, no timetable was proposed. However, events rapidly came to a head in early 1990. First, in March, the Party of Democratic Socialism, the former Socialist Unity Party of Germany, was heavily defeated in East Germany's first free elections. A grand coalition was formed under Lothar de Maizière, leader of the East German wing of Kohl's Christian Democratic Union, on a platform of speedy reunification. Second, East Germany's economy and infrastructure underwent a swift and near-total collapse. While East Germany had long been reckoned as having the most robust economy in the Soviet bloc, the removal of communist hegemony revealed the ramshackle foundations of that system. The East German mark had been practically worthless outside East Germany for some time, before the events of 1989 through 1990 further magnified the problem. Immediately began for an emergency merger of the German economies. On May 18, 1990, the two German states signed a treaty agreeing on monetary, economic, and social union. The treaty is called the Treaty of Establishing a Monetary, Economic, and Social Union between the German Democratic Republic and the Federal Republic of Germany in Germany, and came into forces on July 1, 1990, with the Deutschmark replacing the East German mark as the official currency of East Germany. The Deutschmark had a very high reputation among the East Germans and was considered stable. While the GDR transferred its financial policy sovereignty to West Germany, the West started granting subsidies for the GDR budget and social security system. At the same time, many West German laws came into force in the GDR. This created a suitable framework for a political union by diminishing the huge gap between the two existing political, social, and economic systems.
In the wake of the resolution of accession, the German Reunification Treaty, commonly known in Germany as Eingewechselungsvertrag, that resolution of accession, the German Reunification Treaty, commonly known in German as Unification Treaty. I can't.
He goes, watermelon.
The Berlin Blockade, June 1948 through 1949, during which the Soviet Union blocked all ground travel into West Berlin, and the construction of the Berlin Wall in 1961, which were perhaps the most famous.
Authorities to increase freedom of movement between East and West. No one woke up on November 9, 1980, expecting to see people tearing down the wall that evening. In fact, on one day, the government had decided to placate protesters by announcing new, laxer travel regulations.
For political and diplomatic reasons,